Rodion Malinovsky early life and military career. Born in Odessa, in what is now Ukraine. Malinovsky joined the Russian army during World War I after the Bolshevik Revolution. He joined the Red Army and fought in the Russian Civil War. He graduated from the Frunze Military Academy, which was one of the most prestigious Soviet military institutions. World War II contributions. Malinovsky was a highly effective commander on the Eastern Front. He played a key leadership role in several major operations, including the Battle of Stalingrad, helped encircle and defeat the German Sixth Army, the liberation of Ukraine from German forces, the Soviet invasion of Manchuria in 1945, where he led Soviet troops against Japanese forces. He was known for his aggressive and strategic use of mobile warfare. Post-war career. Became a Marshal of the Soviet Union in 1944. Appointed Minister of Defense in 1957. Succeeding Georgy Zhukov after Khrushchev sidelined him, oversaw modernization of the Soviet armed forces during the Cold War, played a role in the development of the Soviet nuclear arsenal and missile forces. World War II contributions. Battle of Stalingrad, 194-21943 position, commander of the 66th Army. Later reassigned to lead the 2nd Guards Army. Role: played a key part in Operation Uranus, the Soviet counteroffensive that encircled the German 6th Army. His forces helped close the encirclement and cut off German supply lines. His leadership contributed to the eventual surrender of German General Paulus in February 1943. Significance: one of the turning points of the war, breaking the myth of German invincibility. Southern and Southwestern Fronts, 1943 to 1944. Role in Ukraine liberation. As commander of the Southwestern Front, later renamed the Third Ukrainian Front, he led operations to liberate eastern and southern Ukraine. Oversaw major offensives such as Donbass Offensive, Dnipro-Kryvyi Rog Offensive, Odessa Offensive, 2nd Yekaterinov Offensive. August 1944 position, commander of the 2nd Ukrainian Front, planned and executed the offensive in Moldavia, modern Moldova, resulting in the destruction of German Army Group South. Ukraine helped force Romania to switch sides and join the Allies. Significance: opened the path to the Balkans for the Red Army Balkans campaign. 1944 to 1945, Malinovsky led Soviet forces through Romania, Hungary, and Yugoslavia, coordinated with Yugoslav partisans and other Allied forces. Key battle: siege of Budapest, 1944-1945. A brutal urban battle where Soviet troops captured the Hungarian capital. Vienna offensive, April 1945. Captured the Austrian capital near the end of the war. Soviet invasion of Manchuria, August 1945. Role: commander of the Trans-Baikal Front. Operation August Storm, a massive Soviet campaign against Japanese forces in Manchuria. Achievements: coordinated a rapid and deep penetration of Japanese lines across rugged terrain. Forced the Kwantung Army, Japan's strongest land force, to surrender in a matter of days. Strategic impact: hastened Japan's decision to surrender, ending World War II. Recognition: promoted to Marshal of the Soviet Union in 1944. Awarded multiple honors, including Hero of the Soviet Union, multiple Orders of Lenin, and Orders of the Red Banner. Battle of Stalingrad, 1942 to 1943. Overview of the battle. Objective: Germany. Capture the city of Stalingrad, now Volgograd, to secure oil fields in the Caucasus and cut off Soviet transport along the Volga River. Objective: Soviet Union. Defend the city at all costs and prepare for a counteroffensive to destroy the German forces. Commander of the 66th Army, July 1942, Rodion Malinovsky, as commander of the 66th Army. July 1942, late 1942, when Rodion Malinovsky was appointed commander of the 66th Army in July 1942. The strategic situation for the Soviet Union was grim. German forces had launched Operation Blau, pushing rapidly toward the Volga River and the oil-rich Caucasus. the city of Stalingrad became a key objective for Hitler, both strategically and symbolically. Formation and purpose of the 66th Army created. July 1942, from elements retreating from the Kharkov and Don regions. Initial role, serve as a strategic reserve and plug gaps along the Don River. Subordination. Initially part of the Stalingrad Front, then the Don Front under General Rokossovsky. Strategic role before Stalingrad Malinovsky's 66th Army was assigned. To halt the German advance toward the Volga from the northwest. Reinforce threatened sectors. North of Stalingrad. Prepare for offensive operations as part of the coming counterattack. Combat operations, Summerfall, 1942. Defensive actions fought bitter defensive battles near the Don River, particularly around Saratov and Serafimovich. Delayed and exhausted German and excess-aligned Romanian units, buying time for Soviet reinforcements. Preparation for counteroffensive in Skelen organized river crossings. Coordinated artillery and infantry training, and integrated reinforcements from the rear. Focused on restoring morale and discipline in previously battered units. Built mobile reserves to exploit breakthroughs in the coming Operation Uranus. Operation Uranus, November 19th to 23rd. 1942, the 66th Army played a pivotal role in the northern pincer of the Soviet counteroffensive designed to encircle the German 6th Army at Stalingrad. Malinovsky's objectives: break through Romanian defensive lines west and northwest of Stalingrad. Link up with forces from the 51st and 5th Tank Armies to complete the encirclement, prevent German breakout attempts, and hold the Kalach corridor. Key achievements. The 66th Army achieved a breakthrough near Kalach. A key river crossing helped seal the ring around the 6th Army by November 23, 1942, was one of the first Soviet formations to engage encircled German troops from outside the pocket. Aftermath and transition following his success, Malinovsky was transferred to command the 2nd Guards Army, a higher-level unit. Reflecting Stalin's confidence in his leadership, his performance with the 66th Army showed his ability to coordinate large-scale offensive tactical adaptability under fire skill in rebuilding and reorganizing. Units quickly Operation Uranus, November 19th to 23rd. 1942, the turning point of the Eastern Front. In WWII Operation Uranus was the Soviet Union's masterstroke, counteroffensive during the Battle of Stalingrad. It aimed not to directly attack the heavily fortified city, but to encircle the German 6th Army by hitting its vulnerable flanks held by Romanian, Italian, and Hungarian forces. Rodion Malinovsky, then commanding the 66th Army, played a critical role in this operation, particularly in the northern pincer movement that helped trap German forces in Stalingrad. Balkans Campaign, 1944 to 1945. Balkans Campaign 1944 to 1945. Marshal Rodion Malinovsky's role in the Soviet advance into southeastern Europe after his success in Ukraine and Moldova. Rodion Malinovsky, as commander of the 2nd Ukrainian Front, led Soviet forces in the Balkans Campaign, a series of military offensives in 1944 to 1945 that drove Axis forces out of southeastern Europe, shattered Germany's southern flank, and reshaped the post-war political map of the region. Strategic context. By mid-1944, the Red Army was advancing rapidly after victories in Operation Bagration and the 2nd Yekaterinov offensive. The Balkans, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, Yugoslavia were crucial for German oil supplies, especially Ploiesti in Romania, preventing a southern Allied thrust into Central Europe, establishing Soviet political influence in post-war Eastern Europe. Major phases of the campaign. 1. 2nd Yekaterinov offensive, August 20th to 29th, 1944. Malinovsky's 2nd Ukrainian Front, alongside the 3rd Ukrainian Front, Tolbukin, crushed the German and Romanian armies, led to Romania switching sides on August 23, 1944. Over 100,000 Axis troops captured direct Soviet access to the Balkans. Advance into Bulgaria. September 1944, Bulgaria declared neutrality. But Soviets occupied it to ensure cooperation. Bulgaria soon declared war on Germany and joined the Allies. Malinovsky oversaw the swift Soviet occupation and integration of Bulgaria into the Allied war effort. Battle of Debrecen, October 6 to 29, 1944, as part of the drive into Hungary. Malinovsky led a complex mechanized battle near the city of Debrecen. Despite heavy fighting and counterattacks by German panzer divisions, Soviet forces defeated German and Hungarian armies approached Budapest. Hungary's capital siege of Budapest, December 29, 1944. February 13, 1945, Malinovsky's Second Ukrainian Front attacked from the east, while Tulbukin's Third Ukrainian Front came from the south. After brutal urban combat, the city was captured, with over 100,000 Axis troops killed or captured. One of the bloodiest sieges of World War II, comparable to Stalingrad in intensity. Vienna Offensive, April 1945, Malinovsky led his front into Austria, pushing German forces out of Central Europe. Captured Vienna on April 13, 1945. After heavy fighting, this sealed the fate of Nazi Germany in the southeast. Geographic progress of Malinovsky's forces. Romania. August 1944, Bulgaria. September 1944. Hungary, October-December 1944. Austria, spring 1945.